listening to this in the car and you're on your way home,
We'll be in
turn
your
around.
house.
Because we're in your house.
We're in your house. Welcome to the Horror Junkies.
Try to say it with a straight face.
Okay.
Go.
Welcome to the Horror Junkies Podcast, the podcast where we discuss all things horror. I'm your host, Mike.
And I'm Pat.
And we're back.
Another Pat and Mike episode.
It's
Fuck Angel.
the new standard. Yeah, we're back at it again. We promised you we were going to come back.
Hey, look, we always come back.
So,
Baby, come back.
you're the only
Nope,
one
that's
for
it.
me.
Stop it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, we got a cool show planned for this week.
Oh, yes, we do.
Oh, makes my nipples quiver when I think about the movie. But first, man,
Makes me wet.
Oh, I like what you did there.
Hey,
How was your Christmas?
I worked. I worked and I made $300. So
Damn, that's good though.
yeah, so next paycheck should be a good one. I'm going to blow it all on stupid shit.
That's the only way you should spend your money.
Yeah.
Feed into the capitalistic machine that is our society. I'm sorry.
I'm probably going to buy a pocket pussy.
Yeah? You've been wanting one.
I mean, I had one.
You heard it first. Patrick used to own.
I'm going to buy me a pocket pussy and a VR set. And use them both at the same time.
They do that.
I know.
Okay. All right. That's all right. Merry Christmas to yourself.
Merry Christmas to you, Mike.
Merry Christmas.
What did you get?
I got all kinds of stuff.
Like what?
I
didn't get shit.
I got a BB9 droid.
Nice.
And
Yeah, I'm looking at him.
Yeah, look at him.
He's sexy.
Yeah, he is. That's my favorite droid.
I have to draw him now, too.
Do you really?
And porgs.
And porgs?
I have.
Oh, because you work for the mouse.
Yes.
We have to clarify something. This week's episode of This Might Sound Crazy, they think we both work for the mouse.
Oh,
and it's
do
just
they?
You that works for the mouse, and I work at an escape room, and
Why do they think that you work at Disney?
I don't know. They also think
I wish you worked with me.
Oh, we'd get fired.
I'm surprised I'm not fired yet.
Okay, maybe we wouldn't get fired then.
No. Everyone that comes up to me is like, this kid's like not Disney at all. And I'm like,
I'm anti-Disney. You motherfucker. All right. Well, as usual, guys, our show is a part of the Phantom Podcast Network, so be sure to head over to downrightcreepy.com/Phantom and check out all the horrific podcasts and all the news and stuff that's on that website. It's getting reamped here soon. The network and website owners developing some pretty cool shit for the website, so I can't wait for that to launch.
yeah, go to them for the news. Don't come to us. I'm fucking terrible at my job.
And there's we got some new shows. I can't remember their name.
Good one.
I think it's from your parents' basement, something. I'll get it to you by the end of the podcast. I just, for the life of me, cannot remember it off the top of my head right now. So we got new shows, so check them out when I give you the name.
Okay.
And I think we're ready. Today we're going to talk about
Something wet?
Something wet, sticky maybe.
Not really a horror movie.
Not really a horror movie.
We're going to be talking about two films, actually.
Two films.
One's actually kind of a horror movie.
One is, I would consider it a horror movie.
Fantasy horror.
Fantasy horror.
All right.
I agree.
Should we tell them?
Yeah, we will. It's for those of you who don't know, we're talking about Del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth and his new movie, The Shape of Water. It's not really a horror movie. Has a good amount of horror elements within it. But it's Del Toro, and Patrick and I love him, and we wanted to talk about him. This podcast will have spoilers. We will announce those when it happens.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen The Shape of Water, because it is in a select theater release right now, which is really sad.
It was a hunt trying to get that movie to
it had two theaters here.
Yeah.
In Orlando. That's it. And it had one in Miami when I went and saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a hard movie to find to watch. But nonetheless, we succeeded in our mission and we saw it. But first, As usual, Patrick, the news.
Hey,
Hey.
you ever thought of what if your parents killed you? What if every parent in the world go crazy and they went hunting their kids?
That sounds pretty creepy and scary.
Well, there's a new movie called Mom and Dad. Starring. I wish Angel was here. I fucking wish he was here.
Yeah.
For this reason only.
Okay. Who is it?
Nicolas Cage.
Really?
Yes. So I just watched the trailer. It's that concept.
Really?
So one day the parents just go fucking crazy and start killing all their kids.
That's pretty intense.
That's pretty much the premise.
I don't think there's ever...
It looks like a zombie movie, but I guess it's not. It's like if Bath Salt met Home Alone.
Bath salts?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Because it just looks like in the trailer, it looks like all the parents are just going ballistic crazy and running after their kids.
Is it an American-based film or a foreign film?
It's American.
I wonder how we're going to see some kids get brutalized. You can't make a movie about parents killing kids and not show them killing the kids.
Yeah, I don't know about
that. Because then
that.
it's a big flop. Because it's just like, oh, well, all we get is like distant shots.
Maybe. Who knows?
Where the camera's panning up at the parents and the blood hits them and shit. Yeah. Fuck you and your goddamn toys, you little shit. Stab.
I'm tired of stepping on these damn Legos.
Yeah, I would kill my kid.
Oh, yeah.
5 times. You get 5 times that I have to step on Legos and you're done. You don't get to live on anymore. I'm sorry. That was pretty.
But how do you feel about Nicolas Cage being in killing the kids?
I'm actually upset that I hate Nicolas Cage so much. The only movie I think I like Nicolas Cage in,
Gone in 60 Seconds.
And I watch National Treasure just because I like the concept of the movie. I kind of just forget it's about this Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
And I just kind of watch it because I enjoy the National Treasure aspect.
I would have loved to see his Superman movie, but never happened.
Him as Superman?
You never heard about this?
I have.
Back in the 90s?
Yeah, and I'm glad it didn't.
Tim Burton was going to direct it.
I'm surprised it wasn't Johnny Depp.
And Kevin Smith was going to write it.
Okay,
he was first to write it.
I actually would have been kind of stoked for that.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage was okay in the 90s.
Yeah.
He had Con Air.
That's it.
That's it.
There's another trailer called this movie called Like Me.
Okay.
I have no idea what it's about.
It's about
the trailer is just a bunch of. It looks like a very artsy fartsy horror film.
Okay.
If you look it up, there's like a photo, shit like that.
I'll look it up. Don't worry.
I'm intrigued.
Okay.
But again, I don't know. That doesn't really give you much about the movie. It's very vague, but it looks like a very artsy fartsy.
So we'll see. Movie. I mean, it may be fun. It may be a fun little film.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes those artsy fartsy movies are pretty great. Sometimes they're awful.
Hey, if A24 does it, it's good.
Shout out to them for having the highest grossing independent movie, Lady Bird. That movie was fucking fantastic. Not a horror movie at all.
I need to go see it.
You should. It was very good.
I have a movie pass. I should just go see it.
Is it playing around anymore?
Yeah. Well, it's still in theaters.
Go see it. It's good. I watched it, almost cried. I cry in movies.
So do I.
Oh, and just so you know, that podcast from earlier is come from my parents' basement.
Okay.
That's
awesome.
Yes.
That's a cool name.
It is.
I wish we had that name.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We're taking it. Ours now.
Godzilla's going to be fucking bigger. Oh, no.
All your shouting has made something happen. He used shout and my microphone stand fell off my table. So now I have it propped on my leg. I can't wait to get back into the podcast studio and not do it at my house anymore. That's funny.
Well, Godzilla's going to be bigger.
Yes, I saw that one. Which is good. That means he's growing. I mean, he's a little adult Godzilla.
Does that mean King Kong's going to grow too?
Well, remember in Skull Island, he said that John C. Reilly was like, he's not even the biggest of his kind. He's actually a baby, and he was still fucking huge. So he has
some room to grow.
Some room to grow.
Okay.
Yes.
But they're making Godzilla bigger too.
You gotta have big giant monsters when you fight, bro.
If you got the funds, if you got the CGI, guys, do it.
I can't wait for it.
Right? Me neither. I'm excited for whatever they do with this combined universe for Godzilla and King Kong.
I'm just trying to get a 3-headed dragon. That's all.
Mothra.
Burpee Podcast.
Oh my God, you're jumping on the bandwagon now. You used to yell at me for that.
I did. I'm sorry. I drank some Dr. Pepper and I got burps now.
Is Wesley Snipes the only actor that could play Blade?
No, because I shared something earlier that was better than Wesley Snipes' Blade.
And what is that?
Idris Elba.
Fuck yeah.
He was asked, and he said, yeah.
Hell yeah. Let him do it.
Please. He's a phenomenal actor. I would love to see him as Blade.
Yeah. Or put a white guy in. I'm just kidding.
No, God, don't. You will literally cause the universe to divide and the earth to split. Galactus will come and eat us.
What, if they could switch out to be a black guy, why can't they switch it out to be a white? I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done with this bit.
Okay, thank you. Jokes, people. They're just jokes.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah. What else you got on that? This is actually quite
Another one.
Another one. DJ
Fucking
Khaled. Another one.
Fucking Texas Chainsaw might be rebooting again.
Again. Because Leatherface didn't do that good. I haven't seen it said.
Me neither.
We're horrible at it.
But I heard it was shit anyways.
I did too.
The second I hear more than like 3 reviewers say it's shit, I don't go see it.
I don't think we even got it in theaters.
No, I don't think we did.
No, it was definitely to get on VOD, which I may purchase it to rent one night. Who knows?
Speaking of coming back to franchises and blah, 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 blah.
Bloobs?
Hellraiser Judgment is coming out soon.
I'm actually excited for this.
I know you are. February 13th, baby.
Yeah, I can't wait. I saw that and I was like, finally Clive Barker has graced us.
Yeah, I think it's going to be coming on VOD and all that shit in February 13th.
Good. That's not so far away.
Soon.
Soon. Do you need a code breaker?
Stop.
Okay. His character was
I'm
weird.
done with Star Wars. Fucking done.
I've had it up to here with the nerf hurt us.
All right. Well,
okay.
Due to my source being shitty,
That's
all the news.
We should, oh, yeah. We're not going to say what source it was.
You could probably guess.
The app has gone to shit. Just put it that way. When I want to just click on my news, I don't want a bunch of game ads thrown at me.
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
want to read the news and enjoy it, not have to click 1,000 things.
I think I forgot to put on deodorant today.
That's bad.
Nah, whatever.
Okay.
I showered today, so that's good enough.
That's good. I mean, a lot of people don't usually wear deodorant. We didn't use deodorant for a very long time in humankind. It's just because of vanity, and we grow tired of BO. But it's normal since.
Simple times.
Simpler times back then. I don't know if they were really simpler, but they were definitely harder. I'll put it that way.
Huh.
No electricity, no Wi-Fi.
Well, because we didn't know that things exist. So we just stand outside and played with sticks.
You ever played with a stick? It fucking sucks.
I play with my stick.
That's a different kind of stick.
And I used the Wi-Fi to do that.
Back on topic, because that's for another discussion. Sticks and playing with them and things.
Let's get into today's topic.
Let's fucking
because I suck at doing the news.
Yeah, it's okay, man.
Yeah, just go on downright creepy to get your news. Don't come here.
Yeah.
Just come here to listen to us yell at the mic.
They got editorials, of reviews, contests. He's got Panic Fest coming out soon in January 28th. It's in Kansas City, not here in Orlando. It's a couple states away from us. Unfortunately, Patrick and I are probably not going to be able to make it. Yeah, okay. It's okay. I got another news. Patrick on This Might Sound Crazy was talking about how he may be coming to Florida soon, and if he's coming,
gotta get him on the show.
I'm gonna tickle his beard.
You and him it'll be like a mirror.
Just be like, I don't know what to do with my hands. All right, let's talk about some fucking movies. It'd be like,
I just want to see. I just want to film it.
It'll be like Ray down in the black hole.
Yeah.
Whoa, we just snapped at the same time. That was cool. All right, let's
get into it.
Okay, we're sorry, guys. We're just a little bit I haven't seen Patrick in like 6 days. So Pan's Labyrinth. Don't remember when it was released. 2000 and something.
2008.
I'm gonna say 2009. Who's right? Who can Google faster?
My phone's slower.
2006.
Because porn.
2006.
2006.
2006.
Okay.
What a really good film. First off, Spanish film, English subtitles for those of you out there who don't speak Spanish. We follow Olivia.
Sure.
I think that's her name is Olivia.
Yeah.
It is Ophelia.
Ophelia.
Olivia, Ophelia.
Ophelia Heine.
And it's set in 1944 Spain. We have fascist leader, general and shit. And
it's like the Civil War, right?
Yeah. No. I mean, no, it is in the sense. I mean, 1940, you're talking, World War II and all that shit, but the rise of fascism in the world. They're going into the woods, the hideout, of course, because of the resistance and all that shit. Ophelia's mom is pregnant with his child. He's a giant piece of shit.
Yeah.
As any fascist is. So, I mean, yes.
And she finds an escape in this fantasy world full of creepy fucking things like frogs and people that eat children.
Yeah. The Pale Man.
The Pale Man.
She had one fucking job.
Yeah.
Literally, do not eat anything. Do not eat it. If you eat it, you will die.
She was hungry.
But she had to eat.
And she also got one of the fairies killed. That was sad.
That was really sad. But before we get into all that, I mean, like, when you talk about the world he builds. Because the thing I always think about Del Toro when I talk about him as a director, he just doesn't just, like, direct a movie. It's more. It's literally a story. Mm-hmm. Like, there's so much more into his movies than, say, any other...
Michael Bay.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Poor. I wouldn't even put those two on the same fucking table.
Not at all.
I would sell Del Toro filet mignon and Michael Bay
I would like to see them come together and make a Transformers movie. Michael Bay's money and Del Toro's imagination.
There it is. That's the only time they'd be together. But I just like the whole the concept like she's a avid reader. She like escapes reading her fairy tales.
Yeah,
and she walks up to that tree when the mom starts having like labor pains. Or pains in the car in the beginning of the movie, and she sees the pixie for the first time. And you're like, oh, you as a viewer, you're like, man, is this real or is this just a child's imagination trying to escape such a harsh? Because her father is literally he's a stepfather.
Yeah,
is a big piece of
dick.
He's a big piece of doo doo. And he only wants a son. He doesn't give a fuck about that family. He just wants a son to call his own and shape it to an awful human being.
Yeah.
But can we talk about practical effects? Because this movie...
No, and the thing is like that's why I love Guillermo del Toro, because one, he'll use CGI, but he'll have a nice blend of it.
Yes.
He'll use it when it's necessary. So like with movies like Pacific Rim and stuff like that, it's necessary.
It is necessary for it. And even in Hellboy, like there's just certain scenes you're not going to be able to film with practical effects that will look good.
But the thing is like he does it well, so like he does it so well
that you never know. And talking about the guy who plays Fauna and Pale Man, he's the same actor.
He gets him in all his movies.
All of them. And just imagine that process of sitting in the makeup to do the Fawn's shoot.
Yeah. And
then having to do the Pale Man. Like, that has to be... Because the Fawn is, like, exquisite. Like, the amount of detail into that character is phenomenal. And the horns. And I love, like, his little pixie group. Like, you're wondering, like, how does he have pixies?
Yeah.
Where does he get pixies? Is he the pixie master? I don't know.
I mean, Doug Jones made a career of just doing that for a living.
Yeah.
He was in Hocus Pocus. He was Billy the zombie.
Yes, he was.
He was Abraham or whatever from Hellboy, the sea monster.
Yep.
He's also the sea monster.
Abe Sapien.
He's also the sea creature in The Shape of Water.
Yeah,
Del Toro gave this guy a job.
Yeah,
like, whenever he needs a monster, he gets that guy to play him.
He has a career because of Del Toro.
But that's because he's like tall and lengthy, and like he's also he's in so many other horror movies.
No, he plays if there's a character that's weird, long, lanky in a horror movie, it's Doug Jones.
Apparently, he's in Bye Bye Man.
Mm-hmm. He is.
He's in The Watch.
Yep. Nope. The other thing I like this movie does is, since it is telling a story, it starts from the ending.
Yeah.
The first scene you get is Ophelia's character laying on the ground bleeding from her nose, and you're just like, the fuck? And then the blood goes back into her nose, and everything kind of restarts, and you're just like, what? So he gives the ender, like, a taste of what they're in
Words.
for. Yeah.
He he's not the first one to do that. A lot of films do that, but he did it so well to where it's like, well, what happened? And like, is this part of this story that he's telling now, or is it just restarting to a new?
Exactly. Is she actually
in the world?
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, in the end, guys, I mean, like, this movie is, 11 years old now? I said 2006, right? So 11 years old? Almost 12 years old.
Yeah.
It still holds up, by the way.
Yeah.
You can watch this on Blu-ray like I have it, and it's just phenomenal. But in the end, she dies. She gets shot by the stepfather. And she goes to this world, but we don't know if it's really real or if it's just
her escapism completely.
Not only that, but
because she's dead.
She's dying. So it's like, is this just what she wants to see before dying?
Mm-hmm.
We see her father, her actual father, and we see her mother, and they're like kings and queens because she's a princess apparently.
Yeah.
But it always left me wondering, like, man, is she actually like this otherworldly princess who has powers, or is she just, a child that is so lost in her fantasy? And
when she dies, she goes to it.
Yeah, because her life has been shit.
And that's what Del Toro does so well, is like he leaves things open-ended. And most of his movies are very open-ended.
Yes.
Like that.
Which is great.
Yeah, because it leaves you to your imagination now to what. And now we have, like, to what you wanted to see and, like, what you think it is. And that's why it's so good to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Because Del Toro, I hands down will go down as an amazing director.
Has he, like, he's won awards, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Because he's not mistreated in Hollywood. He's just
he's not given, because, like, you may want, like, why is The Shape of Water not in every fucking theater? It's because I don't know who produces his movies. I can't remember who produced his movie.
Lionsgate.
Was it Lionsgate?
Yeah.
Lionsgate isn't as huge as it used to be. Lionsgate did what movies?
Hellboy,
and
you're putting me on the spot.
Yeah, I can't remember. But I mean, like, it's just like, it's weird because there's a lot of movies that it's like a current, like a theme that's been going on. Like, certain theaters only get certain movies.
Yeah.
There's this movie called The Post. It's got Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep. I can't see it. What's her name?
Are you talking about Meryl? Now I can't think of it.
God damn it. She's the most gorgeous lady. She plays the Devil Wears Prada. She plays the editor of Vogue. Meryl Streep. There it is. Tom Hanks. It's got a stacked cast, but it doesn't come out till like next year, but it's playing in theaters right now.
Really?
And I want to see it so fucking bad.
That's the tricky thing about movie theaters and the studios and shit like that.
Yeah. I don't,
because if they want to put the big bucks and put it everywhere, it won't go everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. Ooh, I got a tender match.
Nice. But I mean, what are some things you like about this movie, Patrick?
Pan's Labyrinth?
Yeah,
again, Del Toro just hitting it in the park with those fucking world building.
Yeah.
Like, again, it just keeps you open-ended to, like, is this real or is this in her head? Which is such a fucking beautiful concept.
Yeah, it really is.
Because it does, when she tries to bring it in real life, when she puts the baby thing inside the...
Oh, yeah, from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
What's the thing?
The thing that don't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, the scream. God, why can't I think of it?
It's okay.
I'm a nerd, but I just can't remember those
We have
names.
brain farts.
It's okay. But yeah, it looks just like that, which I laughed at. But yeah, bringing that into the real world, like you were saying, like,
and then when they see it, it's just a piece of tree that's in milk.
Yeah, it's rotten.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like a part of me in the movie is kind of like, oh, this is all in her head, but it still makes a good film because he does use a lot of the sets is real.
Yeah,
most of those things in that movie are real. You can't tell what's like taken out in CGI or put in, you know.
My favorite brutal scene is when the stepfather gets his fucking shit slit by the lady. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, he just walks out. Like,
and again, that's practical too, but there was a green screen inside of his mouth.
Yeah.
Which was fucking cool.
So cool. But I'm just like, this movie has such like horror, like it is it's a fantasy film 100%.
I say the most horror is probably, it is my favorite scene, is the Pale Man scene.
Oh yes.
That is when it hits horror, it hits horror.
It's terrifying because like,
and I guess the frog scene too, which is not that significant. I mean, she gets the key, but
it's still scary.
It's still scary.
That motherfucker it was just gross.
Yeah.
But the Pale Man, I mean, like, this is a person who eats children, and he's been put into rest for so long, and the only time he'll come out of it is if you eat from his table so he can eat again. And you look at it, there's like the huge painting around the wall that shows him eating children. There's the pile of shoes. Like, it sets the tone for like what this character is, and for some reason it doesn't faze her.
No,
I mean, like,
she's
when
like,
fuck it, I'm hungry. Yeah, when Fonda's like, do not eat anything.
Which I think it's because I think Del Toro's kind of religious or something like that. But
he's from Spain.
He's Catholic, I think.
Yes,
and it's a total like.
Ooh, yeah, it's a big church.
But
commentary.
In that scene, I think it's kind of like the Adam and Eve thing with the unforgiven fruit.
The forbidden fruit.
Forbidden fruit,
yeah.
sorry.
No, 100%, definitely.
I think that's what that was representing.
She touched the forbidden fruit and she paid for her wrongdoings.
Yeah.
She gets away, but...
Barely.
Barely. But the movements of that character, like the fact that he puts his eyes into his palm of his hands and does, puts his hands up, that was so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like...
and just the way that...
You've never seen a character like that before.
Even... that scene how it's edited, I'm not really remembering too much. I haven't seen it in a while, but just the scene of like when she bites into the grape and like his hands just like twitch. Move. Yeah, and I'm like, holy shit, this is scary. I remember seeing Pan's Labyrinth in theaters.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think I watched
it with a family friend and his dad, because his dad was like really big in Del Toro, and that was kind of like Hellboy was officially my intro to Del Toro, but
100%.
I didn't really. I was a teenager, so I wasn't really like. Yeah, I need to follow this director until I was like in college. But this movie did it for me. I was like, especially with the Pale Man scene, because it does scream all types of horror. Yeah. And I'm so happy that Del Toro's not big Hollywood guy. Yeah. Because if he was, we would have got a spin-off movie called The Pale Man.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Which I wouldn't mind, but...
No, I wouldn't.
I'm glad that it's not.
He writes books, too.
Yeah.
So what's really cool with him is I think the movie that we're going to discuss soon... really needs a book. I think 100% it needs a book so I can read it, because there is just so much that you want to know about everything. You're just like, god damn it. But the same with the Pan's Labyrinth. If he was to write a Pan's Labyrinth book, I would read it 100% because
there's so much lore that's not explored into the movie.
Yeah.
And you just get like little sneak bits of it, of what it's about, especially with Pale Man.
Exactly. Like, you can go wherever you want in a book when you're writing about it. I mean, you can make a book fucking 2,000 pages, and I mean, that's a daunting read, but I'd fucking read it like Jesus.
Del Toro takes a lot of influence from Lovecraft. Obviously.
Yeah, fucking obviously.
Like, I feel like he's like the continuing of Lovecraft in a little bit, with like his own lore and his own like mythologies with his monsters and stuff like that.
I agree with that.
Like, he's our modern day Lovecraft.
Yeah, and it's great that he's around, and
still, yeah,
I fucking love him, and anything he does, like, it's a good movie. Like, I know everything he does is good.
And I wish he stuck. I wish he stuck around to do the Hobbit series like he was supposed to, because him and Peter Jackson were supposed to both create the Hobbit. Can you imagine? Because it wouldn't be that CGI fuckfest that we got.
No.
Del Toro would not let that happen.
He'd be like, listen, either we build everything or I leave. And that's probably why he...
Well, he left because he had to do Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Because Hobbit had a lot of a lot of deadlines that they couldn't meet. And they had to, like...
Is that why the Battle of Five Armies felt super rushed?
Yeah. No, that whole series.
Yeah. Speaking about Del Toro, though, a little bit of news that I remember off the top of my head, he was actually asked to like create and manage the whole Dark Universe from Universal Studios.
Yeah, in 2006, right?
No, recent. Like, I don't know how recent. Like, yeah, whenever they...
Because he was asked before.
Was he? I don't know. This was a recent news article, so I don't know if maybe they asked him again. And he said no. He's like, that's just too much pressure. Like, that's just too much.
Good for him.
And I agree. Like, yeah, like, maybe have him come in and direct. Could you fucking imagine? Well, after the movie we just watched, fuck yeah. Like,
but the thing is like, I feel like the studio would be too involved because they're trying to build a universe. Yeah. So any of these movies that come out with the Dark Universe, which I don't even know if they're calling it that anymore.
Dark Universe has been put on a halt.
Right.
So there's no Dark Universe really right now.
But as of right now, we'll call it the Dark Universe.
Correct.
I feel like they would just pick it and not let him do the vision that he wants to do.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I much rather have him do his own monster lores, separated and not combined,
because he did it well with the movie. And I think we should we go into The Shape of Water? I think Pan's Labyrinth is a phenomenal film. It's been around forever. I mean, to talk about everything, I would have to watch it again. I watched it recently. Just I'd have to rewatch it just to really dig into some of the things. But there's so much social commentary. I mean, the fact that it's
that's what he does well.
Yeah, the 1940s. You're dealing with the rise of towards the end of fall of fascism in the European countries.
Have you ever watched his other movies? His other horror movie? It's another Spanish film. It's called The Devil's Backbone.
No.
Watch that one. Also, The Orphanage.
Also, The Strain.
I want to.
It's just
I want to so bad.
It's on Hulu.
It's just there's so many other fucking shows I need to catch up on.
It is really good. I will say this real quick. The Strain is phenomenal. Okay. I've watched 2 seasons of it, and it is great. Okay. Like he does a really cool job with vampires. Strigoli is what they're called.
Blade 2.
Blade 2.
That was a Guillermo del Toro movie.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't know that.
So he invented the vampires that go like
and you
the
get
predator
that,
face.
You get that in The Strain.
Okay.
And a lot of the tongue,
you sold me on it.
Tongue action too, like tongue licker from Resident Evil and shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the next movie we wanted to discuss is a little film called The Shape of Water.
We've been ranting about this for a year now. Waiting for this movie to come.
Waiting desperately for this film to come out, and it came out December 8th.
Yeah.
Didn't even remember that it came out. I totally forgot that it was coming out. I thought it came out after Christmas.
Right.
But I went oh my god, where can we watch it? There was only 2 theaters in Orlando that were playing it. It was the Enzian or the AMC in
which I went
Altamont. To. You went to the Enzian?
First time.
Okay, real important question here. Did you get the chicken tenders?
No, I ate before I went.
What that's the whole point of going there.
Because she said she had a dinner thing with her family, so I didn't want to be the only fat ass eating.
Who gives a fuck?
I do.
All right, so just a little heads up. The Enzian is this cool little theater where you can hang out. They have servers, and you can get all kinds of food, like burgers and salmon.
It's really sick.
It's awesome. But they have delicious chicken tenders and delicious truffle fries.
Okay, I'm gonna go there a lot more now because I went there for the first time. I thought it was just someone's house.
That's what it looks like.
It does. Outside. I was I parked my car. I'm like, am I in the right fucking place?
There's a bar. You can get drunk.
I walk up and then there's a line, and I'm like, is this a line to buy your tickets? They're like, no, this is a line to get in the theater. I'm like, oh, okay. And I went to go buy I went up there, got my ticket.
You always buy in advance, just so you know.
Okay.
It's just because they do sell out.
So this is the cool thing that happened.
Okay.
So me and my date walk in. There's no seats.
Oh,
it's covered.
What?
And then there's some seats that have reserves.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the coworkers come up to us because we're looking for trying to find
seats.
At least a decent seat.
Yeah.
Couldn't find any. And there's all these reserved ones, and they're like, "Oh, you guys want to take one of the reserved ones? We're supposed to give them away when the movie starts."
Hey, just so you know, you want one of these reserved seats?
So we had
it's the best seating, the best viewing spot.
Yes. So we had the best seat in the house,
dead center.
Yes.
Oh, damn, that's awesome.
So
were you on the second part? You weren't down, right?
I wasn't down. I was on the second. Yes.
Awesome. That's where I sat last time. That's a good seat.
Yeah. And I have the table there, and it was the round the bench thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
No, that's where I went and saw Lady Bird. It's a cool place. I don't know. I mean, I think there's a lot of those theaters popping up more and more.
I want to go. I think I'm gonna go there for majority of my movie going experience.
They do just a lot of independent films,
which is cool.
Yeah,
I'm into that.
Yeah. Like I said, just make sure you buy your tickets in advance because they sell out fucking fast.
Yeah.
But okay, so we're gonna talk about The Shape of Water, guys.
We're gonna do
a small little non-spoiler. Little talk
because we know it didn't release everywhere.
We know you're out there, and we know you may not have seen it yet, but just be prepared. At a certain point in time, some sirens may go off, and that means that spoiler talk is going to begin.
So until then, here's the non-spoiler.
All right, first initial overview thoughts, Patrick, because you gave it a 9.5 out of 10.
Yes.
Okay, which is a very decent score for this movie,
for sure. Color plays a big part in this fucking movie.
Yep.
The tone of this movie is fucking fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You care about every character, even the bad guy. You kind of see like where he's coming, why he's the way he is.
I hate him so much.
I know, but you understand why.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the all around theme of this movie is kind of like trying to fill that void that all these characters have, and not feeling incomplete.
Yeah.
A lot of the characters in the movie have that like same story arc.
Yeah.
For me, I was entertained from beginning to end.
Yep. 100%.
It paced well.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't look at my phone, my watch, nothing.
Nope.
It ended right where I wanted it to.
With a damn good ending too. The fucking phenomenal, and I called it, dude. I called the ending.
Yeah, me too.
I knew exactly what
it hits a little predictable, but you kind of forgive it because of its charm.
Yeah, exactly.
Of the charm of the film, because you fastly the relationship between I forgot her name.
Oh, the main.
Yeah.
Memento. One memento, please.
One memento. I want to watch that movie now.
Her name is
Eliza.
Eliza.
Okay.
There it is.
All right.
Just Eliza Esposito.
Because of her friend that helps her.
Octavia.
Yeah, it says her name like 100 times in the fucking movie.
The actress is Octavia Spencer.
Yeah.
But her Zelda. Can we just give a little? Her name is Zelda. That's so badass.
Yeah. So, and the relationship between her and the creature, a little bit like, my only complaint about the movie is like that relationship was kind of rushed, but it kind of had to be.
I agree.
To kind of cover all grounds, because I thought this movie was hitting at a like, okay, this is where it's going to end, and then it kept going.
Yeah.
Which I was happy about. All in all, I did give it a 9.5, and I'm sticking to that because of that one little thing, and that's nitpicking. That's definitely nitpicking, because this movie's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it's
a time period movie, which fucking works.
1950s?
1960s. Early 60s.
Early 60s?
I think so.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because it's right when the...
You are early 1962.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Early 60s?
1962 in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Which, it's just the things within this movie that it hits on. I mean, as Del Toro does, he doesn't just give you this fantastic story. He gives you, like, X amount of fucking things that are just commentaries on society today and society at the time.
Which is why I think, like, this movie and Pan's Labyrinth, now they are very different films.
Correct.
But they have, like, the same, like, almost atmosphere.
No, I agree.
The ambience.
The tone is almost the same.
The tones are definitely the same, especially with the social commentary.
Yeah. All the undertones are, like, just perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not much I complain about. Like I said, same color is amazing. Characters that you just fall in love with. You care for every character. I don't really care. I didn't care. I mean, I cared about the bad guy because I fucking they made me hate him. Yeah. Which is what they wanted to do.
Which is what I meant by caring. Like he has an arc too in the story.
It's not like,
and he has an agenda, and he has a drive.
He's not just this bad guy. It's like he's very 2-dimensional. No, he's a very 3-dimensional character. And Del Toro does a fantastic job of making you fucking hate him.
Yeah.
Now, same score, 9.5 for me.
Okay.
But like I said, guys, this film, do not sleep on it.
Definitely
it is worth watching. Is it a horror movie? No.
But if you love horror movies, you'll love this movie.
Yeah.
Just on the practical effects on the creature.
Especially where the creature stems from.
Exactly.
This is no spoiler. Del Toro's talked about it. When he was a kid and he watched The Creature from the Black Lagoon, he wanted the creature and the woman to be together. And, this movie is his interpretation of the creature from the Black Lagoon in his own weird way. So just take that. I mean, you're not going to get a creature movie like that. It's completely
as much as
different.
We want one. Del Toro does really well with like love stories.
Yeah,
and this shows in this movie.
It really does. So it's 9.5 for the both of us. I love it. Tone, color, character development's great. The characters you love. The setting, the time period, all the commentaries, fantastic. Now, we're gonna
that's a spoiler alert.
Spoilers. All right. She fucks the fish.
Oh, we're going with that.
We're going straight into that.
We're not gonna go into the whole intro of her jerking off.
She masturbates within the first 5 minutes of the film.
So if you have kids, don't go see this movie unless...
Yeah, which is funny is like I love Eliza so much. So here it is, a character who's mute, who signs, of course, because she doesn't talk, which I loved. That was fucking fantastic.
They also explain it like quickly. Don't really go into big
which is where as soon as they gave that backstory and they said that they found her next to the water and I saw the three, I was like, Gills, fucking fish lady. I was like, you used to be a fish lady in some past life. You were a fish. So that moment, like, I get that was easily, but this movie wasn't meant to be like, oh, guess, oh, what is this? Could this be?
Yeah, exactly.
It was like, if you're paying attention, you just caught the reference.
Which was kind of cool because it's kind of like, all right, so we just got done watching Star Wars, which was just a big question mark.
Yeah.
And then we get this movie that's kind of like, we're going to give you all the answers, but...
There's still some things left unanswered.
Yeah, and it's kind of just like, have fun, you know?
Yeah, have fun with this movie.
As for Star Wars, it's just like... Fuck! I hope no one did that.
No one's here. I'm home by myself till Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You want to...
I'm home.
You want to go to iBar?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna play video games.
Okay.
But back to it. Yeah, but no, she like how she sets the eggs and then puts an egg timer and she gives her the amount of time
that it takes her to jerk off.
The time for the eggs to cook, to jerk, to masturbate.
Yeah.
Hilarious. The second time, very ferocious, and I thought that was hilarious. But it sets the tone of the movie. Like this movie is going to be
her like everyday like routine.
Oh yeah,
which was
she's
cool. Which was an easier way to kind of us get used to that character because she wasn't able to talk throughout the whole movie.
Exactly. So he made us relate to that character by her
masturbating.
Yes, her masturbation. No, her daily routines because we all fall into that where we have our own routines and things like that. Her neighbor, I love him. He's a phenomenal painter. He's the guy that plays the dad in Step Brothers.
Richard Jenkins.
Yeah,
or whatever. Such a funny character.
Just
too.
Love his character so much. You know, he hit like in the movie. Of course, the hint there's there's also racism. Of course, it's this 1960s civil rights movement era.
Yeah.
But also mass homophobia.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here he is, this older man. He's only going to the pie restaurant.
Yeah. Because
he is attracted to that man, and when he goes back that one time to talk to him, to kind of like see if he will go on a date with him or express the same feelings towards him. We see the character go, oh, no, you need to get out of here.
And then right after that, he kicks out the black people in the restaurant.
Saying that all the bar stools are reserved for the day. Bullshit.
Yeah. But it was cool because, like, not only did we get her story arc to where, like, she has a void, but so does he.
And so does Zelda.
Yeah.
Zelda, from the beginning of the movie, talking about her husband, Bruce. Mm-hmm. Over and over and over again. You come to not see Bruce until later on in the film, but you already kind of get this resentment for him, like, oh, he doesn't talk to her. Does he not like her? What's going on? Like, you kind of just build this like distance with Bruce because you're like, well, obviously she seems like she's not.
And he ends up being a motherfucker.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. My sister-in-law brought up a good point. So we're talking about the point where the bad guy comes into their house,
which we'll discuss later about him too.
Yeah,
but yeah.
But I mean, at that time, a white man coming into your house probably was terrifying.
Scary, yeah.
But my thing was like, that's your wife. I don't know, like, that's not like a white or black racial issue. Like, you see your wife in danger, you're gonna act.
Yeah.
Like, but I can also understand the fact of it would be terrifying. Not probably. It would 100% be terrifying for a white man to come into your home at that time period.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't like that. I was like, man, save your fucking wife. Like,
yeah,
Jesus.
Exactly. But it was like everyone in the movie has like, again, this void that they're trying to fulfill. Yeah. Which is so relatable.
Zelda's void is she has no one to talk to, but she can talk to Eliza,
who's mute,
who's responsive though.
Yeah.
Like, which is cool that Zelda knows sign language. Like, it seems like that Zelda took the time to learn how to sign, or maybe Eliza taught her to sign, so that they can have a relationship.
Okay. Yeah, no, definitely. And it just made me care about these characters instantly, which is so hard for me to do in a fucking movie.
Yeah.
But instantly, Guillermo del Toro just like introduced these interesting characters that I can relate to
in some sort of way.
No, especially with Richard Jenkins' character, because he's an artist.
Yeah,
he's a struggling artist and is trying to try to beat photography, which is just like the day and age of me trying to do paintings, and I'm trying to beat
and everyone's like, oh, do digital. Can you digital draw me?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you digital draw me, bro?
Which I will do now.
He's selling out.
Oh, I'm not selling out. I'm buying in.
I got you. But the asset, I mean, just the really cool. Of course, as usual, Del Toro gives us a crazy monster creature, and I liked how humanoid the face kind of was. The eyes looked very human. It was a very. You almost get lost in his eyes. Yeah,
which is why I kind of bought the romance a little bit, how fastly it kind of became. Because she I think in the movie she's a bit older, and she finally found someone that doesn't look at her like everyone else does.
Exactly. He doesn't see her. And they say it in the movie. He sees me, for me, not as everyone else sees me. As a mute, as
or incomplete.
Incomplete. Exactly.
Because he doesn't know any. He's a creature.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't speak English.
We don't know. He could. Motherfucker got healing powers. He got healing powers.
This is not an origin story for Ape Sapien, by the way.
Yeah, no, not
it's
at
similar,
all.
but. I mean, if it was, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't care.
I wouldn't care either. I'd be like, this is cool as shit.
Yeah. Can we talk about Michael Shannon's performance, the villain of the movie?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Michael Shannon has also made a career of just being a psychopath.
Yeah, he's always the bad guy.
In fucking movies. I don't know. I can see why, because he looks fucking psychotic.
It's his face.
His odd, man.
He looks like a bad guy.
He does look like a bad guy.
He fucked his wife. He's like, silence.
Yeah.
Silence. Good God. Anakin?
his performance.
Was, like I said, hated him, but his performance,
that's what you're supposed
amazing. But you're
because he also has a voice.
If you relate to that character, you're an awful human being. Just put it that way.
There's some redeeming, not redeeming, but he has a struggle too. He has a void that he's trying to fulfill.
What's his void?
Of being
a fucking white cis male. Because that's what the character was.
No, because he talks to the general. He's like, look, I've done everything with no failure at this point.
Yeah, and then
this one thing I fail.
And I'm like being thrown to the dogs.
Yeah.
No, I can understand the struggle.
That's where I was trying to go with. Yeah. That's his arc. Is he's just trying to be the best of what he does.
Yeah, I know.
Which is relatable, but he is the villain of the movie, so it's built up to hate him.
Yeah, I know.
The finger thing was...
I think your finger's bleeding, honey. Silence.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gets his fingers bit off.
By the creature.
So it makes me wonder why his hands were near the creature's mouth. If you're torturing this thing, because they torture it, they shock it and all kinds of shit.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, he does. There's also another cool element, since it is a timepiece pyramid, the Russians.
Yeah.
And you have a spy.
The scientist guy.
Dmitri, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking rat.
I like Dmitri.
There's no name. There is no location. Two cleaners.
Bah! Yeah. No, I actually liked... Well, the two cleaners, he gave it away.
Yeah, exactly. You could have just fucking died and not said anything, asshole.
Yeah. I liked his character though, because he didn't want anything to happen to the creature. He's this thing needs to live. We should see it responds to music and touch and sign. This is a thinking, cognitive being, and just because it looks different from what you claim to be the standard, you want to cut it open and dissect it and see how it works.
Yeah.
Instead of letting it thrive. I really like that. I like that. His whole story. Like I said, Russian, he's a Russian spy and everything, but I don't really like America that much. So anyway, they're listening out there.
Oh, God. But yeah, even him, he had a...
Literally, every fucking... minus, the receptionist for the bad guy. The journal, you didn't really get too much of him.
Yeah.
And, the sideline character...
This is the best...
sakes, for the guy that was smoking, you got more... character of him, and you're just I like that guy. He's a cool guy. He's this is where we smoke because the camera doesn't see us.
Yeah, well, and that was just building onto more of the story.
Yeah,
setting up plots, obviously. Yeah. But by far, this is the best supporting acting.
Oh yeah, all
movie. everyone's like all the supporting actors have been solid.
Mm-hmm. That's how movies should be.
And it didn't take away from like the story that was happening between the two main characters.
Yeah, Eliza and the asset.
Yeah, like it didn't take these characters didn't take anything away from them. If anything, it built on to their relationship.
Yeah, it really. One scene, like, after she has sex with the fish, and she rides the bus to work, and it's raining. The water. Was she controlling it, or was it just like her imagination?
I thought the same thing.
Right? Because I mean,
like after she had sex with him, like does she like start
remembering
something, or start obtaining the abilities
to bend the shape of water?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like the thing was, the water was in different shapes and changing, so like it was hinting at the title of the name.
Or was it just a metaphor because she's
the water princess or something like that?
The shape of water.
The shape of water.
But that's the brilliant thing of Guillermo del Toro, because most directors try to do that and they fail at it. He does it, and it brings on an interesting conversation like you and I are having right
now. One thing that we talked about earlier, they're sitting at the table across from each other. They're eating dinner, and she's expressing her feelings to... I don't know why I do that with my hands. I'm expressing my feelings to you.
Cue the music.
But she's, because she can never talk, she's like, I can't tell you how much I love you. And then, the most beautiful... I mean, like, guys, when I'm talking about, like, I nerded out, like, just how he transitioned to black and white.
Oh, my God.
She starts mustering up the voice to speak, but it's in her head. And she starts singing. Of course, it's not her. But, it goes into this, like, 1950s, 1950s,
1960s, like music number.
I actually want to say that may have been earlier timepiece. I think that was an earlier song, maybe 1920s. I don't know. I don't know.
Old as shit.
And it's like black and white. There's the big band playing. She's in this fabulous dress, and she's singing. And then my dude, the creature, comes in. And they just have this amazing dance number, which... You thought it was going to be corny.
When it was happening, I was like, this can come off real fucking corny. And it didn't. It felt...
You almost wanted to fucking cry.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt. You're like, and this is beautiful. Yeah. Like, 100%.
And call me a fanboy of Guillermo del Toro, but he does it so fucking well. And fuck you, yeah, I'm a fan.
Fuck yeah. I don't give a shit. He is the person... I will give him all my money.
Seriously.
All the time.
Because he did it in a way, like, the tone, it didn't come off cheesy, and it should have. It definitely should have come off 100%. Real cheesy.
If anyone else would have done it, it would have been like, "Oh, this is cringeworthy."
Yeah, but it wasn't.
And it was sweet. It was amazing. Like I was like, man, this is beautiful. Like for a moment, like you kind of forget about everything that's going on in the movie, all the bad. The fact that she stole this creature. Like, heads up, guys. Which is what she was going through.
Which was she was going through. She forgot. She was forgetting all about the heartache and the stress of trying to be with this creature and just living in that moment.
Yeah, which
was such a awesome way to show that in that movie.
Yeah, that scene.
And then they fuck.
While
drowning the fucking movie theater downstairs.
Oh, dude, I like the fact that they live above a movie theater.
Yeah,
like that was so cool. But yeah, she fills up she turns on all the tubs and stuff, the sink, and they fill the water up, and she gets naked, and they're just like kind of dancing in the water.
Mm-hmm. One thing that I should have hated and I didn't.
What?
He killed a fucking cat.
Dude, but you can't blame him because he's a creature.
But I hate when movies do that.
Pandora. But then nobody felt bad because he didn't know. And then when he was told, like, no, you can't do that, he was like petting the cat saying, I'm sorry. Mm. And then he does the head thing with...
and the guy's hair starts
and he starts hair growing back. I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
He's a good creature. He's a nice little creature. He gets shot at.
Yeah.
He gets regenerating. He heals Eliza because Eliza gets shot as well. And when he kisses her and puts his hands around her neck, she has these 3 little... scratch marks, scars, on either side, and she gets gills, and you're like, holy shit, she's some kind of fish person.
Is that your theory on that?
I don't know.
I like it. No. Like if she was I
don't know. Like I don't know if she's a mermaid or anything like that, but she comes from the water,
right?
That no doubt. Why the fuck else would she have gills?
Also, why?
And
that could explain why the romance is rushed a little bit.
Because maybe they know, maybe they're like
somewhat connected.
Because think about it, he can breathe on land and in water.
Yeah.
She can also breathe in land and in water.
Did they really prove that she can breathe underwater though?
As soon as you have gills, you can breathe underwater, dude.
But are those gills?
Yeah.
You sure?
Those were gills.
Sure they're not just scratch marks?
They open up to be gills.
When did they show that in the movie?
When they're underwater.
They show that?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
What? So when he jumps in the water with Elijah.
Mm-hmm. Towards the end.
Okay. She's floating down because she's bleeding out. And he goes up and swims up to her and kisses her. But he puts his hands around her neck. And he does his healing thing. And it opens up the gills. And that's when she comes back to life.
Oh.
Those are gills.
Oh. That's awesome.
Right?
Okay, cool. I love the movie.
Cool. If you stay tuned to just listen to us talk, this like I said, not a scary movie. The horror elements, he eats a cat. It's pretty brutal. He eats some fingers.
Yeah.
And then just the whole, I mean, it's to me horrifying. The time period and the racism that was there, like that's a horrifying element.
Yeah, and again, it plays well in the story and character and how characters act. You know, because there's a scene where she's watching the television. They're talking about and they're showing the fountain shit. What they used to do with the black people.
Oh yeah, and he's like, turn it off.
Yeah, turn it off.
It was actually, I think it was Selma.
Yeah,
I think that's what they were showing with Selma.
Yeah, and he's just like, turn it off. I don't want to see it. Like,
but him, even though he's a white character, he relates to
them
to the ignorance and bigotry because he is a gay man.
Yeah.
And in that time period, no. Mm-hmm. Like, people were just as homophobic as they were racist.
Yeah.
So, that's why, it's not that he's trying to be like, because at first I was like, I mean, I knew he was gay from the beginning. Like, there was
really?
no like, oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
I was just like, oh, like there's no big surprise that this character is a gay man.
I did when they bought the pies. And
like
came back home and
hell no.
Yeah, that's when I figured it out. But
just sometimes you can just
but
where was I going with this? It's it almost comes off if you didn't get it like, oh, he's just blindsiding everything that's going on in the world and he doesn't want to be a part of it. But no, he has a somewhat different kind of connection to that hatred,
right? And doesn't want to be reminded about it.
Exactly.
Course. And the color scheme of this movie.
Oh, god damn it!
So I picked it up right away because I went on a date with another artist, and I was like, stay focused on the color green and teal. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she's like, oh, it's everywhere. And I'm like, yeah,
everywhere.
Like even the soap.
Mm-hmm.
The wall color.
The murky water. The murky elements of teal.
The Cadillac, the
teal Cadillac,
like brilliant use of color. Even the scene where Michael Shannon's character, the villain, when he breaks into the apartment and trying to find them, there's like a light reflected on his face, which looks like he's under, that the apartment's underwater or some type.
I don't remember that.
There's a lot of like little scenes like that where it looks like a regular scene looks like it's almost underwater, like because of the light, like the color and light choices.
I'm buying this fucking movie.
Me too.
Now, guys, this is a must fucking buy film, because one, if it comes with a director commentary, I'm watching it.
Yes, 100%.
And I would like to see any deleted or scenes that he maybe took out of the movie.
Yeah.
And to catch those things. I may go see it a second time when it hits theaters. It's coming in January. It will be everywhere.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to go see it again. I can't use my movie pass, but I'll go see it again. I'll definitely give it money.
Is there anything else about this movie? I think we kind of
tackled everything.
A lot of things.
Yeah, it's a special film. It's by far my favorite of this year, next to Blade Runner.
Ugh.
We're not going into that.
We're not going to go into that. But no, I agree. It's number one in my book.
Yeah.
Because of everything we talked about.
And these people better win one.
I swear to God, if they don't win a fucking award, I'm burning the Oscars down.
I mean, you should have done that last year.
I should have done it last year.
Yeah, me too. I'm done with the Oscars snobs. Yeah. But yeah, give this movie your money. If you stuck this long and hasn't seen it yet, go see it again. Fuck you.
Yeah, go see it again. And even if you haven't seen it and we talked about it, just because you kind of heard us say things about it doesn't mean you're going to know when anything's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So, because this movie isn't like, oh, here's everything. Like we talked about things in fucking way whack out of order. So we gave things away, but definitely go watch it if you stuck around to listen to our show.
And I will say this movie has a perfect blend with practical and CGI.
Oh yeah.
Because some scenes I couldn't tell if it was CGI.
Me either.
And I looked into it, and that like some of the scenes were CGI. Couldn't tell.
Perfect. That's when you know a director knows what the fuck he's doing.
He did the Jurassic Park thing.
Yep.
Good God.
But anything else?
That'll be it,
man.
9.5 out of 10.
Same. 100% there.
All right, but before we sign off, I want to ask the people if they want us to do this Stardust thing. Stardust is this new movie review app.
Okay.
Where you can film yourself after seeing a movie for 30 seconds to give a quick review on it.
Okay.
I want to see if our
listeners,
if our junkies,
our fiends,
want us to do that with the upcoming horror movies coming out, like Insidious and all that shit.
Oh God, I'm not looking forward to it.
Me neither.
But no, actually, cool. We were talking about that earlier. Yeah. So if you guys would like us to do that,
I know it's a cool new movie reviewer thing to do. So everyone's been aching about it. So I'm thinking about signing us up for it.
Yeah. So let us know. Shoot us an email.
Yeah, if that's something you guys would be
tweet
into.
us or something. Let us know if you guys want us to do that. I mean, we're probably going to do it anyway, so it's okay. But we like to have your opinion on things that we do with our show. Stay tuned for another bonus episode of Harry But Sweaty. We're not going to tell you what the topic is.
Stay tuned.
Just stay tuned because it's going to be hilarious. But as usual, guys, go over to downrightcreepy.com, listen to all those cool shows, read the news. And if you haven't listened to our show in the past and you're a new listener, go back and listen to our older shows because they're just as weird.
Yeah, especially episode 1.
Yeah, episode 1 is a doozy. We've come a long way.
So So before we had segments, we just went straight into it, and it was god-awful.
Yeah, it was just god-awful. But yeah, if you're new out there and listen to us, cool. If you're a returning listener, awesome. But welcome back. But as usual, guys, I'm Mike.
I'm Pat.
Stay weird.
And stay tuned to see if we find Angel.
Yeah, he's missing.
You've been listening to the Phantom Podcast Network on downrightcreepy.com. Follow us on iTunes and SoundCloud for more creepy shows.